Right then guys, welcome back to the channel. This is PaperTalk, where I go through the Sunday papers, see if there's anything in there that's Liverpool related or anything that could affect Liverpool. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I've had a little bit of a sneaker look this morning already, see what's on there, and there's one on there that's directly involving Liverpool, and the rest of them are all players that Liverpool have been linked with, but are now going potentially to other clubs. And I just need to share this information with you guys because some of the prices here are a little bit annoying when you think of what Liverpool could do this window. And yeah, so let's get started, shall we? Shall we start with the one that's actually linked with Liverpool, even though, in all fairness, I don't really believe it. So yeah, let's have a look. The Express. Man United, Chelsea and Liverpool to hold Oshimen talks as he makes decision on next club. Manchester United, Chelsea and Liverpool reportedly holding a meeting with the agents of Victor Osimhen in the next few days. The three English giants are set to speak to the Nigerian's representatives after it was claimed he has decided on a move to the Premier League. Oshimen was the lead goal scorer in Serie A last season. He scored 26 goals in 32 appearances for Napoli, who went on obviously to win the Serie A. For the first time in 33 years, the 24-year-old stock has risen dramatically heading into the summer window. He has quickly become one of the most sought-after strikers in Europe. Paris Saint-Germain were also strongly linked with his signature, while Real Madrid are also in the market for a striker following the departure of Karim Benzema. But it appears a move to England could be on the cards. Now, there is... Hold on, is this anything here? Let's have a look. Belgian transfer reporter. So basically, they're just going off someone on Twitter here. So this person tweeted, the file for Victor Osimhen will move on the market. Hashtag United, hashtag Chelsea, hashtag Liverpool. Have meetings planned with the entourage of the player next week. Should defy the intentions of the three clubs. Now, at no point in this, anywhere here, does it say anything... Oh, hold on a minute. I found it there. Sorry, guys. Liverpool have lost Roberto Firmino, who left at the end of his contract. Jurgen Klopp is well stocked in the attacking areas following Cody Gakpo's arrival in January. Gakpo, Nunez and Jota are all capable of playing through the centre as striker. However, it appears Oshimen's desire to move to England has alerted the Reds to explore a potential deal. I don't believe this for a second, guys. I honestly think our name's been chucked in there to go along and build a bit of hype around this deal. Like, I can't see Chelsea going for him either. They've literally just bought Nkunku. And then I think the only place in England he's going to go is Man United, who need a striker. And I think they're linked with other strikers as well. Is it the Frankfurt one and the lad from Atalanta as well? So, yeah, we've just been thrown in there for a bit of clout on this. There's nothing in this, in my opinion, whatsoever. He's a good player. I'd like him to come to Liverpool, but don't get your hopes up about this, guys, especially after we just forked out all that money on Nunez last year, and we seem to be not even able to fork out a lot of money for midfielders. Like, in all fairness, guys, how much do you reckon this guy's going to go for? If we can't afford to go for someone like Declan Rice or Moses Caicedo, this guy is going to be in the same ballpark as that, if not more, with him being the top goal scorer for Napoli, who just won the Serie A. So, I don't see it for a second, guys, in that at all. But I thought I'd bring it to your attention because obviously it's in the Sunday papers. Next up, who should we touch on next? Fabrizio Romano understands that Manchester City have now agreed personal terms with Josep Gvardiol. Pep Guardiola rates the player. Talks will take place between the clubs as RB Leipzig hope to keep Gvardiol and won't sell for less than €100 million. Leipzig want him to become the most expensive centre-back ever. Now, again, this is a player I would love to come to Liverpool. I think he's the perfect player to come in and play on this left side of the three that we're currently playing at the moment, and Robbo would be his backup. €100 million, not a chance he comes to Liverpool, not so whatsoever. Just how can we compete with this, guys, with FSG? Like, I don't want to make this into a bashing of FSG, but when we've got City here going to go buy Gvardiol for, like it says here, won't be less than €100 million. They're putting a bid in for Declan Rice at nearly around about the same price. We just can't do it, guys, under FSG. I'm sorry, we just can't. Like, and this guy is supposedly supposed to be like a Liverpool fan as well. He's really young. He would be the heir apparent to Virgil van Dijk for me. And yeah, I just feel like at the same time, guys, FSG need to understand that obviously I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent here, but the world as a whole, everything has gone up in price, right? We're all struggling to fucking buy milk and bread or whatever, do you know what I mean? That type of stuff, because the prices have gone up. But FSG are still kind of thinking that players, they can buy them for 20 million, 30 million, 40 million, and they're going to get the same quality. A 20 million player 10 years ago is now 40 million. Bog standard, I think. When you're looking at players of high quality, like this guy here, yeah, he's probably better than what Virgil van Dijk was when we bought Virgil van Dijk, yeah? And we got Van Dijk for 75 mil. So you're going to pay more for him. And I'm sick of penny pinching, guys, honestly, I really am. Like, yeah, the McAllister deal, really good deal. We did really well on that, you know, but it was a release clause. Any club in the world could have done it, not just Liverpool. And then we seem, if you believe the Twitter ITKs in that, like, you know, we're supposed to be umming and ahhing about going for Kefren Turam because they're wanting to start a bidding war. But what club doesn't want to start a bidding war? Every club wants to start a bidding war because they want to get the most money. Do you know, I saw something the other day on The Athletic. Sorry, guys. And it was a thing on for James Pearce to start asking for questions for people for him to answer, yeah. And someone basically said it. Let me see if I can. Someone basically said. I'm going to see if I can find it now, 'cause it's in my head. Sorry, guys. Hold on a moment. Shouldn't take me long. Send your questions to James Pearce. There we go. I've got it up here. It's just loaded now, guys. Sorry about this. Here we go. So someone's put a comment on this saying, someone needs to explain to me why Liverpool's spending power is so far below the other big six. Arsenal seemingly have no problem with the Rice deal, as well as Havertz, Timber. That's 200 million before selling anybody. No Champions League football for Arsenal for years, and Liverpool are a bigger and richer club on every metric. So what gives? It's not. Do you know what I mean? And then underneath, there's so many people putting, great question. We spent 35 million on Alexis McAllister. Now seems to be in a sell to buy mode already. Beyond a joke. They may be using next season's budget to reinforce this summer. Now, someone has replied to this, and he's not been a dick or anything like that. He's basically saying something. He's looked at the financial reports for Liverpool, right? I'm not going to go through the whole thing here, but it basically shows here that Liverpool spend a lot on agent fees and signing on bonuses while they're basically recruiting people. So it might look like Liverpool are not spending a lot on the transfer fee itself, but Liverpool are going above and beyond signing players to transfer fees and paying the agents. It says here, 195 million net spending accounts, which includes other fees, was 195 million higher, 39 million per year. So if the media are reporting on transfer fees is accurate, that indicates that 29 million per year in agent fees. We're paying 29 million pounds a year on agents. If this is to be believed from what this guy is saying, that's disgusting. And agents are part of the reason why everything's gone. But at the same time, why are Liverpool being the ones that are having to do this? We're supposed to be a well-run club. Why are we paying the most for players or agents? I mean, he has a bit of an answer here where he says we do it because we want a certain player. We want a certain player, so we pay that agent more money to make sure he comes to us. But I don't get it, guys. I really don't get it. Someone else has put here saying infrastructure spending and higher wages. Arsenal haven't recently spent a fortune on a new stand, or success has driven wages up, such as our wages were far higher than theirs. That's true, like a lot of our players are on incentivised wages, so the more success we have, the more we pay the players in wage. But sorry guys, Arsenal haven't recently spent a fortune on a new stand. They've built a new stadium. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm going to leave that there because I'm going to go off on a bit of a rant. I don't want to keep you here all day. Let's continue with the rest of this. But yeah, that's just how it is, guys. Sorry. Next up, we've got the Mail, the Daily Mail. Brighton inquire about Ajax attacker Mohammed Kudus. So this is a guy that was linked with us back in January. He played. He can play as a 10. So for me personally, before we go any further, I could see him taking up position of where Elliott and Henderson play, just inside of Salah. But he could also be the backup to Salah as well. So the 22-year-old Ghanaian international has been of interest of Everton and Liverpool in the past, and is keen to leave Ajax this summer with a move to the Premier League favoured. Roberto De Serbi's sides are looking to replace Alexis McAllister, who departed the club at the start of June for 35 million. Kudus, who plays in a similar advanced midfield role, could be a good addition to the squad, as the Seagulls are also preparing to lose Moses Caicedo. He rejected a one-year extension with Ajax back in April. Long sought after, he struck off through training last August to try and force through a move to Everton, and has reportedly attracted interest from Man United, Chelsea and Newcastle. So that goes on there a little bit more about the rest of what Brighton's business is. But I would love him to come to Liverpool. Ghanaian international Kudus has already won 2 Eredivisie titles, a Dutch domestic cup. He's got 24 goals in 83 matches to become a key figure at Ajax. And then it just basically says last year he scored 11 goals in 30 appearances and also got 4 goals in 6 Champions League games. I would love this player to come to Liverpool. I think, like I just said at the beginning, I think he would be the perfect player to come in and be a backup to Mo Salah, be the players that can play where Henderson and Elliott are playing at the moment in this new formation. There's no mention of a price anywhere here in regards to him, but you've got to think with it being Brighton, he is going to be on the cheaper side. And is this going to be another player, guys, where we've missed the boat, we're going to let him go to Brighton, he's going to have an amazing season, and then the next season after we're going to go try and buy him and it's going to be 100 million and FSG are going to shit themselves. We should get this player in now, as well as Kefren Turam and Manu Kone, whoever. This player should come in this summer. 100%, I believe we should get this guy. Next up, Tottenham are after Mickey van der Ven. Now, you may know this guy is one that has been linked with Liverpool heavily ever since George Schmadtke came in, because he took him to Wolfsburg. And let's have a look what it says here. So it's Fabrizio Romano, their citing here, has said that Tottenham are after him. The 22-year-old made 36 appearances across the Bundesliga and German Cup. Talks have already taken place between Tottenham and the defender, who has 4 years on his contract left. Is there anything else here? De Ven is represented by Team Raniola. Also, he's basically, so he's got that same agent. Okay. Is there anything else that's on here? No, that's it. So, again, another player Liverpool have been linked with, who is now been linked with a rival. Is this agent talk? Is this his agent thinking, well, we're not getting much going on with the Liverpool stuff here. Let's get him touted about a little bit and see if we can get strum up a bit more interest. Maybe get Liverpool to move quicker to come and buy him. Potentially, guys. I don't know much about the kid. I've seen that video clip of him running all the way from the opponent's box to his own box to protect an open net, which is, really good. He wouldn't be my first choice for the left side of defence, sorry. That would be Gvardiol, but doesn't look like we're going to get him. So let's see what happens, guys. I do think Liverpool are going to sign a centre-back, and I don't know why the Athletic keep going, we need a right-sided centre-back. For me, the priority would be a left-footed centre-back. Let's have a look. Is there anything else on here? I guess the last one here, and I'm just going to ask this as a question, to be fair. Callum Hudson-Odoi plans Chelsea exit, and there's a host of Premier League clubs interested in the guy. Would you take him as a backup to Salah? Would you take Callum Hudson-Odoi? He's only 22 years of age still, guys. He has played abroad. He's done a fair bit. Apparently he's a target for Saudi Pro League clubs as well. But they believe that his future is not going to go to the Middle East. I don't know, guys. What do you think about him? I think I'd take a punt on him. He's homegrown, so he'd help out with the all quarter that we need to do. He's young, so he wouldn't necessarily think, well, would he? He could play that Europa League and FA Cup, League Cup for us, do you know what I mean? Step in when Salah needs a bit of a rest. Be the heir apparent to Salah, potentially, who knows? But yeah, that's just a question for you, really, this one, guys. Callum Hudson-Odoi, would you take him to Liverpool this summer? I think I would, honestly, in all fairness. I think I really would, as long as the price was right. Is there anything else I can touch on before I sign off on this video? Oh, there's one here that's behind a paywall. Man United are now moving their focus to Moses Caicedo, according to the Times. The decision to pursue other options was taken after Chelsea rejected their third offer for Mason Mount, worth 55 million. Chelsea are insisting on 65 million, a price United consider unrealistic given that the player has 1 year left in his contract. I agree with that. I think this is why Liverpool stepped away from this deal. I think Mason Mount was a player that Liverpool would have taken, but Chelsea are just absolutely asking for the world here. Has anything else mentioned? Such as Caicedo, Brighton have valued around 80 million. Considerably more than what Chelsea want for Mount, but United are prepared to take into account the Ecuadorian's young age and radical different contract situation. He's effectively tied to Brighton until 2028. Jesus. Mount has agreed personal terms with United. Hugely admired by Ten Hag. The offer of 55 will be left on the table. There could be room for some compromise with Chelsea if the West London club are willing to enter talks about closing out a deal. Do you think Mount's going to move? The longer this pans out, I can't see him going anywhere. I really can't. Like, you'd think this would have been done and dusted now. He wants to move. Chelsea need to raise money for the FFP. So this is a bit of a strange one in all fairness, I think, this one, isn't it? So, yeah. A player linked with Liverpool back in the day. Liverpool could have got him if they had the money, but obviously we're not going to spend that much money on a player. So, we moved on. We move on, don't we, guys? Anyway, I think I'll leave PaperTalk there, guys. Sorry about me rant in the middle there. I think I need to get a video out in a bit about FSG. Maybe not today. I'll see what happens, because I was on a stream the other day and it was mentioned the history of the FSG bid, and maybe it'd be good to go over an old article on there, read it out of what the Liverpool CEOs of the time, like the board members at the time of when Liverpool was sold to FSG, what they thought of FSG back then, and would you say that they've been proven correct or wrong? Let me know in the comments down below if you'd be interested in that video, guys, and if I get enough interest in it today, I will do it today. But yeah, let's leave the PaperTalk there, guys. That's been a long PaperTalk, I think, 17 odd minutes here. So yeah, I might see you later on today, guys. If not, I'll see you later on in my next video, and I'll catch you then.